Okay, let's start with Friday's trades and current positions. So, wow, what a week. I am up 79,000 on the week, including the unrealized profits from the swing trades I initiated during the week. So, Friday was kind of an active day for me, a lot of trades. Let's start with PULM. I screwed this one up majorly, like really bad. Let's look at the 1 minute chart. So I shorted it a few minutes after the open. I only got half size. I had 10,000 shares located. I got filled on 5,000. Then I tried to get another 5,000 at 6.15 on pops. I didn't want to chase it here in the high fives. But yeah, the stock never traded there and just went straight down. I covered most of my shares in the low fives, like 520s, 510s. And well, little bit patience would have helped a lot because they did an intraday offering late day, which is kind of crazy. And it's even more crazy because it happened 5 minutes after MYOS did an intraday offering intraday. So it was just ridiculous thing. Anyway, so that was almost 6,000 in profits. Could have easily been 5 figures if I had gotten filled on my other half. Kala, it perked up end of day. I didn't sell any. I didn't see that perk. Otherwise, I would have sold some. But the first thing on Monday, I'm gonna sell a little bit more. EMES broke out of this mini flag on Friday. I sold a tiny bit. Now I've been talking about this 20 target for a while. I'm up over 40% of my position right now. I have about a quarter left, and now it looks like it could do $22. So that's my new target, and I moved my stop to this high 17 area. CNX, I got stopped out of my tiny swing short that I've had since a couple of sessions back. And the longer it goes sideways, the better it looks like a long setup. In an ideal world, this goes sideways a few more days and then breaks out, can go to 1750 plus very easily. Fannie Mae, as expected, it perked today on the Muchin thingy. And I really strongly think this thing can go to 5 plus. Now, Pixelworks, very disappointed in this one. Had great earnings, great guidance, just didn't do anything. Sold off out of the gate, and I got stopped out of half. But if it takes out Friday's highs, I'll add back my shares because I think on these numbers it can go to 5, 6. ICHR sold a tiny bit. I'm up $1 from Thursday's ads. Again, I think this then go to 20 plus. GGB got stopped out of the gate. Had no follow through. Twilio finally had some follow through. I've been trying this one for a few days now, and yeah, finally now it held the 50-day, and earnings are Tuesday after market close. There's 2 full days for this one to go up. I really hope this thing goes up a couple of bucks more. That would be great. I'm not gonna hold through earnings, so Tuesday before the close I will sell my position. APRI got stopped out, but the chart is still intact. Higher lows all the way. It's holding this rising support, and there's a range here in low 280s. A few more days of sideways and a breakout on volume, this thing can go. Looks like OREX chart. And as you know, I've been on this OREX for a while now, and finally it broke out. I bought some in the low 370s. I only got the tiny. I had 10,000 shares in the 350s a couple of days back and got stopped out of it. And I think it can realistically go to $5 very easily. Had decent volume and all. Let's see. PTLA had some news, gapped up, crapped, found support, held a higher low, another higher low. This thing can very easily go to 32 or even higher. And I also moved my stop to break even, which is 26.50. So naked, another short I made out of the gate, and again, patience would have helped. Could have easily made another 5 figures on it if I just held it for a few hours more. So this one also had a big run out of the gate, was up big on Thursday. So I waited for that first red candle, shorted it here in the low 420s, and then I just spent the next few hours just covering on the way down. I covered my last shares in the low 3s, and well, in hindsight, this thing went to 230, so left a bunch on the table. This is one of these days, just a little bit more patience, I would be up another like $20,000. But it is what it is. ATH broke out, IPO breakout. It's been on my watch list for a while now. Higher lows, range break, had some volume out of the gate. Looks great. Could very easily go to 50 plus. So I'm probably gonna use this mid 47s as my stop. BIOC. Now, I had an alert set on this one. It's a former big runner, had a tight candle. So I had an alert set here in the low 140s. And I bought it when it triggered. I saw some volume coming in. I was up about 3,000 on it. But then what happened, you know, this Pullman Mayos at intraday offering. So all these small Momo stocks, they sold off at the same time, so I ended up taking a very small profit on it. I thought this thing could realistically very easily have another leg up, but nope. Nugget main loser. I tried it again. I bought it when it took out Thursday's highs, but mean reverted back to support, and that was that. ATNM, I did not hold it overnight. I took the screenshot about 10-15 minutes before it closed. So I bought it late day when it broke out of this tight consolidation, went sideways pretty much the whole day. So late day, some volume came in. You know, I thought this thing could go to like, I don't know, fill the gap, 150s, 160s. Had a nice little pop. Was up a couple of grand instantly, and then it pulled back to support, and then I basically got out break even on the offers. AUPH. Oh man, so many trades, I don't even remember all of them. Okay, yeah, now I remember this one. So had a nice little mini flag here, higher lows, range break. I bought some. Had no follow through, so I just sold it before it closed. It has a new range here at 233, so if I can go sideways another few days, put in another higher low, maybe in this 3 teens or something like that, you know, this thing could go. It's just the right market for it, for these kinds of stocks. TBIO, just like BIOC, I had an alert on it. Former big runner, pulled back, was sitting on support, put in tight range. So I bought it here. I kind of chased it a little bit, even though My alert triggered at 70 cents. I ended up buying at 72 cents. I was up like a couple of grand here at 80 cents. But again, everything sold off at the same time. So I just took a tiny profit on it. And Zero, just like ATNM, I bought I kind of anticipated an end of day run. I bought it here when it perked off this little consolidation late day, at higher lows. So I bought it here. I was up like 1,000 or so. I had half size. I was thinking about adding more if it set up nicely. And then it just, this thing got hit with the intraday offering, so just straight down. I got stopped out for a little bit of loss. Yeah, so these are the trades and positions. So let's look at the watch list. So let's see, no trade on this one. I'm just stalking it. If it can have a big pushback to 5, I may be interested in shorting it, but probably not. I think the offering price was low 4s, 425 or something. Naked, same thing. If I can have an epic pushback to low 3s or mid 3s, I would be interested, but it's probably not going to happen. SC, I'm just watching. If these OTC Mariana stocks all start pulling back, this is going to be a swing short. It's probably worthless, or actually is worthless. And this is a scenario where again risk maybe 50 cents, potentially make $1, $1.50, $2 on the downside. It could be good, but again I need the whole sector to be weak. This one, any good pops to high 5s, I'm willing to short it. Very thin stock, so no, not gonna do any size. CNX, again, I'm just watching it, both on the long and the short side, but nothing there yet. Tesla, super tight. The earnings are on Wednesday or Thursday, so I'm not gonna trade it. Peanuts is waiting for that 4+. This one, I'm waiting for 3+. Mayos, if it by some kind of a miracle can get back to mid-high 4s, I'm interested in shorting it. Okay, so the long watch list is enormous. Just a lot of things. Most of these are just one or 2 days from being perfect setups. So not all of them are quite ready yet, but most of them are. I'm just gonna go through it very, very fast. Basically looking for breakouts on these things. This moves with gold, so I'm probably gonna trade Nugget instead of this one, so I don't have to deal with this stock specific risk overnight. A lot of recent IPOs, some China names. I'm not sure about this one. It feels a little bit sluggish. It's building a base on base on base, but these ones that do have action like this, one of these days it's just gonna speed up and go to 50 or something. So if I can find a really good tight setup intraday, I'm willing to trade it. Again, just not all of these are quite ready yet. But I still want to have them on watch, just in case they have big volume on their breakouts. I'm still willing to buy these. Like AKS, resting on the rising 100-day, had a little bit of a pullback, and it looks like it did down here. Had a big run, pulled back to the rising 100-day, went sideways a little bit, put in a little bit of higher lows, broke out of the range, just went up. Also, like SXCP back in August, had a big run, broke down, pulled back to the rising 100-day, went sideways, a little bit of a higher lows action, broke out of the range and just went higher. So I'm thinking Heck, why can't this thing, again, a few days from now, why can't this thing break out, go to 10? Ultra thin, probably not gonna trade it. Another shipper off the bottom. I'm more likely to trade this one. This one actually broke out on Friday. I was sitting there and thinking about buying it when it took out this highs of the day. But I already have so many swing positions on, I just didn't want to have yet another position. This one broke out the end of day. This one also broke out. Had some nice volume. I'm thinking about buying it if it takes out Friday's highs. Just use a very tight stop. Use this little consolidation here. Because it went sideways most of the day on Friday with this 2025 support. Just use a very tight stop. Like either it goes or it doesn't. Like EMES, this one just went higher. And this HALP, it's the same sector. Or pretty much the same sector. I think they're both fracking stocks. Anyways, either it goes or it doesn't. Had some decent volume. Higher lows all the way, beaten down. Big rounded bottom and just clean trend. You know, this thing can very easily go to like 22 or something. Why not? Another recent IPO. Size. I'm just watching these if there's any intraday setups on them. Again, I'm gonna buy this one if it takes out Friday's highs. So Dries, as expected, it didn't do anything on Friday. It just went sideways in a tight range. There was no edge, long or short. But now it actually looks good as a potential long setup. Tight. Damn, this should be 65, not 50. I think if it takes out this 430 area, one could risk to this 418, which is the closing price on Friday. So you have 12 cents risk, and this thing can very easily go back to $5. So very good risk reward. And GLBS, another former runner, pulled back. Now it's just sitting on support, tight candle. One of these days it could very easily be up a buck 50 or something. Okay, that's it.